I was 12 when my aunt and uncle loaded their car with shiny suitcases and dreams that didn't include me. They kissed my cousin on the forehead like she was made of gold, promised her adventures and opportunities, then turned to me with nothing but a shrug. A social worker's hand closed around mine, and that was it, like passing off an unwanted package. No tears, no goodbye, not even guilt. Just a flat, careless "Be good." Hand in hand with their precious daughter, they drove away chasing luxury and success. That was the final time I saw them as family. Foster care doesn't give you comfort, it gives you armor. I learned how to smile when nobody noticed me, how to fight when I was cornered, and most importantly, how to remember. Because I swore I would never forget. So when an email popped up years later, I almost laughed. Subject line: "We need you." Out of curiosity, I clicked. Their faces filled the screen. Aged, tired, defeated. The glamour had crumbled. Their business, the travel, over. And the cousin they'd worshipped. She had moved away, cut them off without looking back. Now suddenly I mattered. First I deleted every message. Then the calls started. Unknown numbers, endless voicemails dripping with guilt. "We were foolish. You're still our child. Please, we need you." That word "need" burned. Because I had once needed them, and they left me in the cold. I didn't answer right away. Revenge isn't rage. It's patience dressed like kindness. I crafted mine carefully. Step 1. Be exactly who they wanted. I finally replied, warm and forgiving. "Of course I'll help. It's been so long." On the phone they sobbed. My aunt's voice cracked with relief. My uncle coughed through shaky apologies. They begged for a place to stay. I welcomed them as if I had been waiting all my life. When they arrived, they looked smaller, weaker. Poverty had peeled away every ounce of pride. They hugged me tight, whispering, "I knew you'd understand." I smiled, letting them believe it. Step 2. Give them comfort. I set them up in the guest room, filled the fridge, even handed them clothes. I paraded them to neighbors as my family. Let them taste safety again. But safety came with conditions. "You'll feel better if you help around," I said sweetly. Soon they were cooking, cleaning, running errands. I gave them allowances like kids earning pocket money. They thought it was rebuilding trust. They had no idea every chore, every errand, was laying the foundation for their downfall. Step 3. Paperwork. While they scrubbed dishes, I slid forms across the table. Job applications, rental agreements, bank authorizations. They signed without a glance. Why wouldn't they? I was their savior now. In truth, those papers tied them to debts they couldn't imagine. Credit cards, utility bills, rental contracts. All in their names. Not mine. For months I shifted money around, small deliberate sums. Enough to drown them slowly. Never enough to trigger alarms. The collapse came 6 months later. A knock at the door. My uncle was sipping cheap coffee, my aunt folding laundry. 3 men in suits walked in. "Mr. and Mrs. Carter, you've defaulted on several accounts." Panic. My uncle stammered. My aunt's eyes shot to me, searching for rescue. I calmly sipped my tea. The men spread folders across the table. Every page stamped final notice. Their signatures on every line. My aunt's face went pale. My uncle's hands trembled. This can't be right." "No mistake," I said softly. My voice almost sounded kind. "You signed it all. You've been living under my roof, eating my food, on money that wasn't yours. Now it's time to pay." Their eyes widened, horror dawning. You did this," my uncle whispered. I leaned back, lips curling into a faint smile. "No, you did this. I only gave back what you once gave me." Chaos followed. Pleading, cursing, desperate bargains. But I stayed detached, untouchable. The abandoned child they had discarded was now the storm they couldn't control. When the collectors escorted them out, dragging trash bags of their belongings, I stood at the doorway. My aunt looked back, tears streaking her cheeks. "Please, we're your family." I met her gaze coldly. "No. You were travelers passing through. Family doesn't abandon a child like luggage. And I shut the door. That night, alone at the kitchen table, I poured myself a glass of wine. Silence filled the house they had once polluted with false apologies. I felt no guilt, no joy. Only balance. They had taught me at 12 that love was conditional, that blood ties meant nothing when ambition called. I returned the lesson with precision.